Hey guys, welcome back to the Mothership. Today I'm going to give you an overview and review of my Pit Boss Tailgate Pellet Grill. I've had this thing for over a year at this point. I've done maybe 100 cooks on it, so I think it's time for me to actually be able to give you my fair opinion and whether or not it's something that you should consider buying if you're in the market for a grill like this. This particular model is the Lowe's exclusive, retails for about 300 bucks, but you can get basically the same thing from other retailers by Pit Boss. Comes in different colors, that sort of thing. Let's get into some of the features and what I like and what I don't like about this particular model. Alright, let's do an overview of this thing. You've got latches on the side here to lock down the top, not that important. What you're mostly interested in is this section right here. This comes with a top rack here and a bottom rack. The top rack is 65 square inches, the bottom rack is 192 square inches. Unless you're doing like burgers or chicken wings, in reality I never use this, because if you're trying to fit a pork butt or something, you need the whole space. So keep that in mind when you look at the actual dimensions that are listed on the grill. Here's your hopper. It is a 5-pound hopper, which is quite small. It does run out fairly quickly, so keep that in mind. You will be replacing pellets fairly often. On the side, you have your drip tray, standard drip tray, big enough for all your cooks, which is nice, so that anything that comes out of this thing is going to end up here, and you can just simply get rid of it. Now, one cool feature of this machine is its sear. So as you can see, this opens up. That allows for direct flames. I've never used it, but it's an option. And then you actually have your electronics, which is digital, as you can tell. It goes from smoke mode, which is 180 degrees, to 200, and then it goes up by 25 and then 50 degree increments all the way up to high setting, which I think is supposed to be for searing at 550. Now, it's worth knowing that your clearance on the top shelf when this is closed is very tight, so you can't do too much on the top, but with the bottom rack only, you can get at least a big Boston butt on there without touching the top of the lid, which is pretty great. So what are the pros of this product? Well, obviously, number one is it's portable. I mean, that's the whole point of this grill, right? I bought this personally because I couldn't have a grill outside where I was living when I bought it. So if you're living in an apartment complex and you can't leave something out back, this fits the bill. You can carry it by yourself, you can put it where you need to, you can smoke on it, and then you can bring it back. It's also great for somebody who maybe lives in that RV lifestyle or doing tailgating. It's perfect for that. Another pro is the price. If you look at portable pellet grills right now, almost all of them are over 300 bucks. This is maybe the cheapest one that you can find. Now, it doesn't have legs like some of the other ones do, but most places you're gonna go, especially campgrounds and stuff, are gonna have at least a picnic table, right? Other perk, it has a spot for you to put your probe in so you can see what your temperature your meat is at all times. It's got a little bit of electronic temperature control, which is great. Now let's move on to cons. So what are the cons of this? Well, there's quite a few, unfortunately. And one of the biggest ones is actually one of the same reasons why I like this thing so much. The size. You can't do a full packer brisket on here. You can't even really do a full rack of ribs without cutting it. You can make it work. I've cooked on it many a time, especially for one person. It's great. But size is going to be an issue if you want to do large cooks, especially for multiple people. Another issue here is the hopper. So for you to be able to fill up your hopper, you have to open the door to get to the pellets. That means you're always losing heat every time you add more pellets. That's a problem. I would much rather be able to go from the side or something so I don't have to lose heat, especially in the winter. That stinks. Another big problem with this particular model that I've seen echoed on the internet is you can get fire going up your auger tube. Now, there is a very easy solution, and that's actually to use this piece of wood and angle it up. But unfortunately, the fact that you have to have something to prop it up on an angle is a design flaw, and I would have preferred them to fix it. Maybe they've done it in more modern models, but this is an issue. Another issue, it's not great in the winter. Now, I live in the Northeast, so cooking this thing in the winter, you get some serious temperature swings and it has serious problems getting up above really 250. There's no way you're gonna do a 400 degree cook with this thing, which definitely is a detractor. But low and slow, I have been able to make it work in the middle of the winter. It just tries a lot harder and it burns through a lot more pellets. Another con is that temperature controller. It does not go in 5-degree increments. You have to go to the specified levels as it moves up. So you can't really dial in that temperature just as fine-tuned as you'd like to. It also doesn't have Wi-Fi. It's not a huge deal breaker, and many people are cooking on smokers without Wi-Fi. But it would be a nice feature to have. Not necessary, but it would be cool. So overall, what are my thoughts? It's a great cooker. If you're in the market for this particular type of cooker, you don't have the space, you can't leave it outside, you want something that you can move around, tailgate, RV, this is a good choice. I have no concerns telling people to buy it. I've cooked a lot on it. I still bring this up to my family farm when I go hunting, and it works every single time. It's a great cooker. If you have the space in a backyard, for 300 bucks, I'm pretty sure you can find something better. Maybe pay a little bit more and get something much better. You can be able to cook for a much larger family with a different cooker. This one will work for just yourself and maybe one other person, but you're not doing huge cooks on it. It's really not what it's for. Do I recommend it? Yes, for those specific caveats of this is the kind of cooker you're looking for. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of this. If you're in the market for this cooker or you want something similar, I hope I helped out. If not, let me know in the comments below. If I did, also let me know in the comments below. Send me a like, subscription for this type of grilling content would be great. I'm hoping to do more reviews on other equipment that I have and other equipment that other people have. Either way, welcome to Mothership, guys, and stick around for the next cook.